Hello, dear students of class 9. Very good afternoon to you all. Hope all of you are doing well and keeping fine. Dear students, once again, after a long time, we are back in our literature class, especially the drama Merchant of Venice. Today, please look here. Merchant of Venice, Act 2, Scene 1. Scene 1 that will be learning today. And the test will be from 1 to 45, the total test. Merchant of Venice, Act 2, Scene 1 full. Only 1 to 45 test. And where this is the location? The location is in Portia's palace. Where is Portia's palace? It is in Belmond. And who are the characters present in this particular scene? The characters present in this scene are our Prince of Morocco, the first suitor who comes to propose Portia, Prince of Morocco and his train. Train means his servant, his followers. Don't think that it is our Rajdhani Express or Chauri Chaura Express. No, that is not the train here. The train here means the attendants, the servants, the followers who came with our Prince of Morocco. You know, where is Morocco? Morocco is from an African country, yes. Then other characters present are our dear Portia here, Nerissa her as a lady in waiting and servants. These are the characters here. But the major role that is played by our Morocco and Prince Morocco, the Prince of Morocco and our Portia. They are mainly giving the dialogue here. It is a very funny and interesting scene, and I hope you will enjoy this part. After this class, I will be uploading it, and definitely I will be forwarding a link of this particular scene which you need to watch. All right. Okay. Now, let us give an introduction about this scene. Act 2, Scene 1. Please open your textbook and understand the introductory part. This scene begins with a lot of pomp. Lot of pomp means display. This scene displays lot of show. Pomp, both visual and verbal. Yes. Showing so much show is there. That is showing both visual and verbal displays. It is marked by the entrance of the Prince of Morocco. This scene begins with the entrance of the Prince of Morocco, one of the suitors to Portia. He is of dark complexion, Kala Rangka, yes, black beauty, yes, black handsome person. He is of dark complexion, yet confident of his charm and valor. Charm, his power and courage. Charm, magical appearance and valor, courage. Portia forewarns, giving warnings him that if he fails in his choice of the casket, in case he fails to make the selection of the wrong casket, then he would never in his lifetime woo a lady, propose a lady, request a lady to marry him. That is meaning of woo a lady. So if Morocco fails to make the right selection of the casket, he won't be allowed to make any request to any other lady to marry him. This scene provides all the necessary information about the lottery of caskets. Thus, this scene tells us about the necessary information necessary about the various caskets and the conditions attached to those who make the effort, and the terms and conditions to those who make the right selection, make the selection. It also highlights the themes of prejudice. Theme of prejudice. What is prejudice? A wrong belief that we have created about other people. That is called prejudice. Judging others based on their color, their appearance, based on racial and religious differences, along with gambling, games, and chance. Yes, dear students, that is an introduction of this one. Let us find the scene. I have already told where the location. Location is a room in Portia's place. What is given here? Belmont, a room in Portia's house. Flourish of cornets, flourish of music, cornet. Turahi bajne ki आवाज. Turahi bajne ki आवाज. Okay, entrance. Enter the Prince of Morocco and his train. Prince of Morocco, as the music is played, Prince of Morocco enters with his train, with his followers. Don't think again that he came in a train. No. Portia, Nerissa, and others of her attendants. So all are entering there. So our Prince of Morocco opens the dialogue. He's a funny, humorous man. Let us understand. Let us see how he is going to reveal himself. All right. Morocco. Mislike me not for my complexion. Mislike. Please don't dislike. Mislike means dislike. Please don't dislike me. Me not for my complexion. Mislike me not for my complexion. For my appearance. For my complexion means color. Please don't dislike me because of my black color. The shadowed livery of the burnished sun, to whom I am a neighbor and near bred. Yes. Why I have got this black color? Because the shadowed livery is the skin, the uniform. The ordinary meaning of the word livery in Shakespeare's language is uniform. Why now here our Morocco is telling why he is black. He tells that he is black in color because he is close to the sun. That means African continent. Yes. The shadowed livery of the burnished sun, to whom I am a neighbor and near bred. Look at reference number 2 in your textbook. The dark color which the fierce sun bestows, because of the heat of the sun, extreme heat of the sun, my skin has become like black, like this black. Livery, uniform, burnished, burning bright. Neighbor. The hot countries near the equator are nearer to the sun, hence the speaker is the neighbor. Near bred, closely related, brought up together. Yes. See, you may have to understand a little bit geography here. I will draw it for you. See here, this is the sun. Our sun is here, and imagine this is our earth. See here, this is the equator. Here equator line is here, and east, west, north, south. That means the countries which falls almost here, the equator here, they experience more heat of the sun or direct heat of the sun than the people living in the far away. Understand? Or the far away place, the people living far away place. Thus, look at this diagram once again here. The people who are living near the sun or near the line of equator, they experience more heat from the sun than the people, those who live away from the sun. That is the reason why African people are so black in their color, or Asian people, their complexion is a bit dark. That is the reason. And our Morocco is telling exactly this reason. Why I am so black? Because I am a neighbor to the equator, neighbor to sun. See, close association. Sun and Africa. Morocco is an African country, yes, where almost the equator line falls. Thus he says that please don't dislike me because of my black color. Because why I am black? Because I am a neighbor to sun and I am nearby, brought up by the sun. Yes. Bring me the fairest creature northward born. Please bring any creature, any person who is born in the north or far away from the sun, where sun's light falls scarcely, very rarely. Yes, bring me the fairest creature northward born, where Phoebus fire it is referred to the classical sun god, Phoebus fire. Classical sun god. The sun god, another word is Phoebus fire. Phoebus fire, P-H-O, here, E-B, Phoebus fire. That is referring to sun. This is referred to our sun. Clear? Phoebus sun, bring me the fairest creature northward born, where Phoebus fire scarces those the icicles. Scarces, जहाँ सूरज की किरण मुश्किल से पहुँचता है. That is the called Phoebus fire. Scarce means very rarely, hardly. throws the icicles. That means falls the icicles. Yes, icicles, that's the long pointed spikes of ice, sharp edges of ice. Like this sharp edges of ice is called icicles. Yes. Morocco is telling, bring any fair person from the northward born to see what? Where? Bring me the fairest creature northward born, where Phoebus fire scares those the icicles, and let us make incision for your love. And let us make incision. Incision means long cut, to prove who has got more love for me or for the person born in another place. Where Phoebus fire scares those the icicles, and let us make incision for your love. Incision for your love means see a cut in the skin or vein, to prove whose blood is reddest. Why this incision is made? To prove whose blood is reddest. Reddest. Yes. His or mine. I tell thee, lady, this aspect of mine has feared the valiant. I tell you, lady, this color complexion, my color complexion has really frightened various courageous people of my country, my climate, yes, hath feared the valiant, the most courageous people. By my love, I swear, by my love, out of love, I tell you, the best regarded virgins of our country. Again, climb means climate country. But with love, I tell you, lady, the best or the reputed ladies of my country have loved it too. I would not change this hue. Hue means color. H-U-E, another word for color or synonym of color. Hue. But dear lady, I am not going to change my color, my black color, except to steal your thought, except to win your love, my gentle queen. I am not going to change my color except to win your thought, love and affection. Yes, dear students, please pay attention. Once again, let me summarize what our Morocco is telling. Morocco is telling that please don't dislike me, Portia, because of my dark color, black color. Why I have got this black color? Because I am a neighbor to the sun, because my country is so close to the equator where the sun's rays falls directly. Now in second part he says that bring any fairest person born in eastward or westward where sun's light falls very scarcely, very rarely, and let us prove our love by making an incision, by making a cut in our body to check and prove whose blood is reddest. And finally he says that yes, my appearance has really frightened the courageous people of our country, and of course out of love I tell you, the best regarded, the reputed ladies of our climate has really loved my complexion, my color, my bravery. Thus, lady, I am not going to change my color except to win your love, affection and thought. That is the thing. Test number next, Portia. In terms of choice, I am not solely led by nice direction of a maiden's eye. Portia is saying, in terms of choice, I am not simply moved or guided by the external appearance of a person, which is normally happening with a woman or a lady. In terms of choice, in way of making a selection of my husband, I am not solely led. Solely led means, see, I am not merely led alone by nice direction. By nice direction means by as regards the conditions of choice, I am not entirely influenced by the attractive looks which pleases a maiden's eyes. He says that. Portia says that, Morocco, I am not merely led by the external appearance of a person, like many ladies do, by nice direction of a maiden's eye. That means by the external appearance which pleases a maiden. Maiden means unmarried lady. Besides, the lottery of my destiny bars me the right of voluntary choosing. More than that, the lottery of caskets. You remember our lottery of casket? That is gold. The next one is silver. And the next one is lead. Yes. And more than that, the terms and conditions of this lottery bars me, prevents me from making a voluntary choice. Thus Portia says, in terms of choice, I am not solely directed by the external appearance of a person. More than that, the terms and conditions of the caskets, gold, silver and lead casket, these caskets bars me, prevents me from making a voluntary choice. But if my father had not scanded me, if my father, that is Portia's dead father, had not scanded me, if my scanded means deprived me of free choice, if my father had not prevented me from making a free choice, scanded me and hedged me by his wit. Hedged me means bounded me. If my father had not prevented me like this way and bounded me with his wit. Wit means wisdom, to yield myself his wife who wins me by the means I told you, yourself renowned prince, then stood as fair as any comer I have looked on yet for my affection. He is saying that she is saying, if my father had not prevented, stopped me from making a voluntary choice and also based on the terms and conditions, then You are as fair as any other comer, any other person to whom I show my love and affection. Thus, Portia is saying that Prince of Morocco, she is talking to Prince of Morocco, is saying that I am not as part of the selection. I am not simply motivated or guided by the external appearance of a person, which is done normally by a lady. Then more than that, she has no free choice as she is controlled, limited by the caskets. And more than that, some terms and conditions are set forth before Portia by her dead father. Thus, she is saying that I cannot make a free choice by my own likeness or dislikeness. And whoever makes the right selection of the casket, I will have to get married because I do not want to disobey the will of my dead father. He is saying, or she is saying, or Portia is saying, so you are as handsome as any other suitor who came to propose me. Portia is saying, yes. Look at test number 20 once again, page number 46. See, and hedged me by his wit to yield myself. To yield myself means to consent, to give myself as a wife to the man, his wife, who wins me by that means I told you, yourself, renowned prince, respectable prince, then stood as fair as any comer I have looked on yet for my affection. So, Portia in other terms says that you are as equal to anybody else who came to propose me, who will follow these terms and conditions. Morocco is delighted with the dialogue of Portia. She says that, Morocco, even for that I thank you. Okay, thank you for considering me as equal as any other contestant. Thank you for considering me. What a wonderful person he is. Even for that I thank you. Therefore I pray you, lead me to the caskets to try my fortune. Therefore, even I thank you for considering me as a worthy person. Therefore, I request you to take me to the caskets, where caskets are, to try my fortune. Fortune means luck, not the fortune teller. Okay, these days fortune refined oil is available. That is not the fortune here. Okay, please take me to my fortunes. Let me go and try my luck. By this sitter, now he is taking out his scimitar. Scimitar means a dagger. S-C-I-M-I-T-A-R. Please understand this word. S-C-I-M-I-T-A-R. That is sword, sharp. Talwar, chote talwar, katar or whatever, say gundas and so on. Gunda people, Badmash log, they use this knife, you know. Yes, maybe. What is how to draw a knife? Okay, like this one. Yes, this one. This is called a scimitar, a knife. Yes. So now he pulls out his scimitar and says, that slew the Sophie and a Persian prince. Yes, this scimitar has slew. Slew means to kill, slay, slew, slain. Slew the Sophie and a Persian prince. Sophie and a Persian prince that won 3 fields of Sultan Solomon. Yes, that one. In Hindi we say Sultan, but in English it is not Sultan but Sultan. Sultan. Yes. That slew Sophie and a Persian prince that won 3 fields of Sultan Solomon. I would outstare the sternest eyes that look. outbrave the heart most daring on the earth, pluck the young sucking cubs from the she-bear, yeah, mock the lion when he roars for prey to win thee, lady. Now our Portia is ready to show or ready to encounter any type of adventures for winning the hand of Portia in marriage. He says that with this mitre, with this sword, I have killed the Sophie and a Persian prince. I have killed that one 3 fields of Sultan Solomon. I would outstare means to defeat. Yes, mitre means already. Look at reference number 27, then you will understand. 26, Sophie, emperor of Persia. With this sword, I have killed the emperor of Persia, who has won 3 fields. 3 fields means 3 battles, 3 wars against. Then Sultan Solomon, the magnificent Turkish Sultan, 1490 to 1566, continuously at war with Persia. Now I would look definitely, defiantly into the eyes of a very bold person. I can very earnestly, very seriously look at the courageous eyes of a person. I would outstare means to defeat the sternest eyes, the cruel looking eyes like this. See? Frightening, don't be frightened. Okay. Okay. The sternest eyes that look, outbrave. Again, outbrave here means I would defy the most daring heart on the outbrave. I can even defeat the most courageous person on the earth. Outbrave the heart, most daring on the earth. Pluck the young sucking cubs from the she-bear. Yes, cub. She is even ready to pluck. Pluck means to separate the baby cubs from its mother. Very dangerous one, isn't it? Dare never to do such type of things. Prince of Morocco is telling that he is even courageous enough to remove the sucking baby cubs from its mother, or mock the lion when he roars for prey. I am even ready to make fun of a roaring lion when it is roaring for prey. It's ready to challenge a roaring lion to win the lady. Yes, dear students, Portia, our Morocco is telling to Portia by showing his mitre that with this one I have killed the prince of Persia who won 3 battles. Yes, then I have the courage to defeat or look at the sternest eyes, serious looking eyes, or even I have the courage to defeat the most brave or the bravest person in the world, and even I am ready to separate the baby cubs who are sucking from its mother, and even I am ready to challenge a roaring lion. I am ready to do all these things to win the love and affection of you, lady. Yes, thus our Morocco is ready to do any type of challenge to win our Portia. Look at the test again. But alas, a while. Then he stops for a while. Alas. If Hercules unleash his play at dice, which is the better man, the greater throw may turn by fortune from the weaker hand. So is Alcides beaten by his page. Now he pauses for a luck and says that, see, but if fortune of or luck is not there. In our Greek mythology, fortune is also considered as a goddess of blessing. Goddess. If she is not blessing us, even the strongest person can be defeated by the weakest person. Yes. Now look at the reference number 33. 33. Hercules and Ulysses. Hercules was the Superman of Greek mythology, super powerful person, the strongest person on earth. In Greek mythology, that was Hercules. And he had his servant's name was Lycus or Ulysses. Two pronunciations are there, Lycus and Ulysses. Once this Hercules was defeated by his servant Lycus or Ulysses. Yes. If Hercules and Ulysses play at dice is a game, is that throwing game you have seen, especially in Mahabharata serial, or Shaguniji playing that game, dice game. Yes, dice. Which is better man? In a dice game played between Hercules and Lycus or Ulysses, all expect that our Hercules to win, but this most powerful man can be defeated by a servant Lycus. The greater throw may turn by fortune from the weaker kind. Sometimes we know that our Sachin Tendulkar is the strongest or the greatest batsman in the world, isn't it? Sometimes that Sachin also gets or bowled out by a simple fellow, or like you or me, or we can sometimes, if luck is not there, Sachin misses the bat and the ball just, such same way so many people have made Sachin out. In the same way, the greatest person like Hercules can be defeated by a person who is not at all famous, a unknown person. That is what our Prince of Morocco is telling here. If Hercules and Ulysses play at dice, which is the better man, the greater throw may turn by fortune from the weakest hand. So is Alcides beaten by his page. P-A-G-E, please attention. Page means servant. P-A-G-E, servant. Okay, page means servant, a naukar. That is another meaning, not the page of your textbook. Okay, so how many new words, new vocabulary you will have when you complete this drama. So is Alcides beaten by his Alcides, another name for Hercules. Please understand, Alcides, another name for Hercules. Alcides and Hercules both are same. So Alcides or Hercules was defeated by his page, by his servant. And so may I. So in the same way, though I consider myself as the strongest person, I can be defeated easily by any other unworthy person. Blind fortune leading me. Blind fortune, look at again fortune. Fortune is a goddess in Greek mythology who bestowed fortunes or luck, blessings to people. Yes, fortune leading me. Miss that which one unworthier may attain. I may miss the strongest. I consider myself as the strongest person, and I may miss, and another weak person may win Portia's hand in marriage and die with grieving. In that case, I may be dying out of grieving, sorrow. Look at reference number 37. Blind fortune. You may have seen on the table of a judge or in the court a statue, goddess, a blind statue. The statue is whose eyes blinded or tied with a ribbon and holding a balance, taraju, in her hand, isn't it? Yes, she is the goddess of fortune. Why her eyes are blinded or tied? Because she gives justice and blessings to people without seeing their faces, blindly holding. See, if you give something by holding your, closing your eyes, you may not know to whom you are giving. Can you see now? No, you cannot. Maybe you think that you are giving to your friend, but it may be given to another person. Same way, goddess Fortune used to shower her blessings without looking at this one. Thus, our Portia is, our Morocco is saying that though I am very powerful like Hercules, if luck is not with me, I can be easily defeated by a person who is not so strong. Hope the test is clear for you. Yes, little bit more. Portia, you must take your chance and either not to attempt to choose at all or swear before you choose. If you choose wrong, never to speak to a lady afterward in way of marriage, therefore be advised. So now Portia is telling the terms and conditions. You must take your chance, either to attempt or not to attempt, either to participate. First you make the decision whether you want to participate in this contest or not to participate. And in case you participate in the competition and fail to make the right selection of the casket, in that case you must promise that you will never to speak to a lady afterward in way of marriage, therefore be advised. सावधान रहो, अगर गलत बॉक्स चुन लिया है तो वादा करो कि भविष्य में किसी लेडी से शादी के बारे में कुछ बातें नहीं करेंगे. Yes, never to speak to a lady afterward in way of marriage, therefore be advised. Portia is saying, so okay, you must take your chance. You must take your chance either to participate or not to participate. That is the first part of this competition. If you participate and in case you made the wrong choice, in that case, promise me that in future you will never ask in your life, you will never ask a lady in terms of marriage, or you will never ask a lady to marry you. Now look at test Morocco 45. Nor will not. No, I will not ask. If I fail, yes, I want to participate, and in case I make the wrong selection in my life, I will never ask a lady to marry me, or I will never talk to a lady in terms of marriage. Bring me unto my chance. Okay, please. No, I agree. If I fail, I will never ask a lady to marry me. Thus, please take me to my fortune. Please take me to the caskets. Bring me unto my chance. Please lead me to my chance. Portia. First, forward to the temple. First. Okay, that is fine. Okay, let us first go to the temple. Temple means mandir. Temple, church. A small church. Okay, of course, as Portia belongs to the Christian religion, temple means a mandir, chota mandir, a room, special prayer room, that is called temple. After dinner, then after going to the temple, after dinner, your hazard shall be made, and after the dinner, you can make your selection. Your hazard shall be made. Yes. Temple, look at reference number 46, forward. Let us go forward. Temple, the private chapel where oath is to be taken. Promise. क्यों चर्च जा रहा है, chapel जा रहा है, temple जा रहा है? To make the promise there. मंदिर में जाकर वादा करो. Yes. The word temple is used as it is more likely to be understood by Morocco and perhaps more agreeable to him. Hazard, gamble, yes. First let us go to the temple and make the promise, then we will have the dinner. After dinner you can make your selection. Your hazard shall be made. Morocco, good fortune then. Okay, good fortune, good luck then, to make me blessed or cursed among men. Okay, good luck then. He is wishing good luck to himself to make him the blessed person, the luckiest person, or the worst, cursedest. Cursedest means most cursed person. सबसे शाबित आदमी, yes. सबसे शाब मिलने वाला आदमी, yes. Curse, most cursed person. Okay, then good luck to me. All right, to be the luckiest person in the world or the cursed or the worst person in the world. Yes, dear students, here the test completes. Let me wind up with summary after summarizing. See, today we have learned our Merchant of Venice Act 2 Scene 1. Test number we have learned is from 1 to 45. The total thing, and where the location was in Portia's room, and the characters present. The first suitor, Prince of Morocco, and his train. Train means followers. Then Portia, Nerissa, and their attendants, servants. That they are the people. Now our Prince of Morocco comes and tells, please don't mislike me because of this black color. Then he says the reason. Then Portia told, sorry, I cannot make the selection by external appearance alone. Then you are as handsome as anybody else. Then our Morocco is saying that, see, thank you very much for that one. Then he says that, see, with this sword, smitter, I have killed, slain Sophie, Prince of Persia, who won 3 fields. Then Sultan Suleiman or Solomon. Then he told, even I am ready to make all sorts of challenges. All those things he says, and finally he stops and says, but if luck, fortune is not there, blessing of fortune is not with me, then I may be defeated. Then finally Portia gives the warning and he agrees, and finally they are ready to make the selection. Yes, that is the summarization of this class. Now your homework is, please listen the video once again 2-3 times, read the test, make the note of the things, and summarize your the content of this scene, full content in 10 to 12 sentences in your own words. Don't write the summary by looking at the workbook. No, that is not the thing. You have listened the story, you have watched the video, read the textbook, close the chapter, and write what you understood in your own words and deeds. All right, that is all. Here, Joseph, I am signing out of this class, and I will meet you in our next class. All right, you take care. Until then, bye bye. Thank you very much.